Bertram's day off. Bertram, Bertram, whispered Molly. Bertram, wake up! But when Bertram opened his eyes, he saw Molly and was not in the mood to open his eyes. He yawned. I don't feel like doing work today. Then he had a naughty plan. I feel ill, he went. I've got boiler ache. Now come on, said Molly. You don't mean that. You're faking it. I've just had a cramp on my boiler and I'm not feeling so good, said Bertram. Now you're just trying to be like Henry, said Molly. Now go and do your work. But Bertram didn't want to. He puffed inside the darkness of his shed and didn't dare come out. I think it's best if you stop minding him too much, said Molly's driver. I think now's the time for you to pull Bertram's passengers. Okay, said Molly. Just so you know, Bertram, said Molly, I'll be pulling your passengers. Stay here and don't come out. Just stay here and don't come out. Let me know if you feel better. And Molly pulled out. But by the time Molly left the sheds, Bertram came out of his shed. Yes, he said. She fell for it all right. Now I deserve a day off. It can't be that bad, he said to himself. And so Bertram came out of his shed. He went on the turntable and was off for a good fun day. But on his way out, Bertram found Scruff. Scruff was just about to arrange some trucks when Bertram bustled in. Hello, Scruff, he said. Hello, Bertram, said Scruff. You seem to be away from your work. I'm having a day off today. I'm having a day off today, said Bertram, because I want to. Wait, said Scruff. Molly told me you had boiler ache, he said. Is this true? I was just faking it, said Bertram, so I could take a day off. I know we all have to do work and all, but this wouldn't be too bad. Come on, Scruff, he said. Why don't you take the day off too, and let's have some fun together? I can't, said Scruff. I have to arrange these trucks, she said. Otherwise I will be in trouble. Come on, said Bertram. It won't be that bad. Soon Scruff gave up. All right, you win, Bertram, he said, and the two set off for some fun. But by the time Molly had Bertram's passengers, she went to see if Bertram was all right, but she could see that the shed Bertram was in this morning was still dark. Bertram, she said, I know you're in there. Come out, she said. I'm delivering your passengers for you. Molly's driver sighed. I think we should get on with our work without our passengers dilly-dallying. I guess so, said Molly. She puffed away with Bertram's passengers and carried on. But meanwhile, Scruff and Bertram were both having some fun. This is going to cause confusion and delay, whispered Scruff. It won't be that bad, said Bertram. Let's just have some fun together. We are doing, said Scruff. They were going way too fast as Scruff went down the hill. I think we should go slower this time, said Bertram, but Scruff didn't answer. Just then, however, Boko was taking some fish fans to the docks. When Scruff saw Boko, he slammed on his brakes until Boko stopped. "Watch where you're going next time, Scruff," said Boko. "But I'm really sorry to say that, though," he said. "Oh, it's all right," said Scruff. "I'm sorry too. I was just racing down the hills way too fast while Bertram and I were having some fun together and that sort of stuff." "Really?" said Boko. "How's Bertram anyway?" "He's all right," replied Scruff. We were just taking some garbage together." "I see," said Boko. "Well, keep up the good work, Scruff." And Boko trundled away. And Scruff knew his plan really worked. "Now," he said to Bertram, "let's go to the bumpy track." And they were ready at last. Later, Molly was at the station dropping off Bertram's passengers when Boko bustled in. He had something to tell Molly. "Molly," he said, "there's something strange going on with both Bertram and Scruff. It sounds to me that they're having some fun." "They can't be," said Molly. I've just delivered Bertram's passengers, and the last time I came into Bertram's shed, he was half asleep while he was ill." "Well," said Boko, and when I saw Scruff coming down, I found out his trucks weren't arranged." He said. "Oh my," said Molly, "they must be up to no good." "You're right," said Boko, and they were all not in the mood for fun and games. They were uncoupled to the goods and passenger trains, and they were off to find both Bertram and Scruff. If Bertram and Scruff aren't doing their work," said Boko, "I would be very disappointed." "Yeah, me too," said Molly, and they were off to find the two lazy engines. But in the meantime, Scruff and Bertram did make it to the bumpy track. They were having some fun. "This is fun," said Scruff. "Yeah," said Bertram, "I'm enjoying this," as they were all enjoying themselves until moments later it was time to leave. "This is fun," said Scruff, as he was going backwards and forwards on the bumpy track. "Let's go, Scruff," said Bertram. "I think we're finished for today." "I'm enjoying this," said Scruff, but Bertram had had enough. "Now," he said, or they'll realise where we really are." "Oh, right," said Scruff, and the two puffed mischievously away back to the shed. But by the time Boko and Molly arrived at the sheds, they saw Bertram dozing off in his shed. They were surprised. "Oh," said Boko, so you were off sick after all?" "Yes," said Bertram, but he was very tired. "Well," said Molly, "that explains a lot. Let's just leave the poor engine to it until his boiler is mended." "Agreed," said Boko, and the two set off to their own work. While they didn't know what they had seen. Just then, however, Scruff popped out of his shed. He and Bertram began to laugh. "This was the best day ever. Best day ever," said Scruff. "You know, Bertram," he said, "I would love to do it again." "Would you?" "Yes," said Bertram. "That would be great." And indeed they might.